He killed at least 5 people, possibly more than 30. He taunted police with coded letters. He called himself the Zodiac. And after more than 50 years, he was never caught. This is the full story of America's most mysterious, unsolved serial killer. We are going to walk through every confirmed killing, every cryptic cipher, every suspect. And by the end, you will understand exactly why this case has haunted investigators for over half a century. Stay with me, because this is going to be a wild ride. It is 1968, Northern California. The summer of love has just ended. Vietnam is raging, and somewhere in the Bay Area, a man is planning something truly terrifying. The killer, who would later call himself Zodiac, did not emerge from nowhere. Like many serial killers, investigators believe he spent years fantasizing before he ever acted. Some profilers suggest he had deep resentment, possibly toward couples, possibly toward authority, possibly toward society itself. But here is what makes Zodiac different from almost every other serial killer in history. He wanted credit. He wanted fame. He wanted everyone to know. He existed. He did not just kill. He taunted. He sent coded ciphers to newspapers. He threatened to kill school buses full of children. He wore a costume. He created a persona. He was, in every sense of the word, theatrical. And that is exactly what makes this case so deeply unsettling. December 20th, 1968, Lake Herman Road, Berryessa, California. It is a Friday night. 2 teenagers, 17-year-old David Faraday and 16-year-old Betty Lou Jensen, are parked at a popular local spot. They have just been to a Christmas concert. It is their first official date. At around 11 p.m., another car pulls up alongside them. What happened next took less than 2 minutes. David was shot once in the head. Betty Lou managed to run. She made it 28 feet before she was shot 5 times in the back. A passing motorist discovered the bodies. Police were called. But there were no witnesses, no usable fingerprints, no meaningful evidence left behind. At this point, police had no idea they were dealing with a serial killer. This looked like a random, tragic attack. But it was not random at all. The Zodiac had just begun. July 4th, 1969, Independence Day, Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo, California. 22-year-old Darlene Ferrin and 19-year-old Mike Mageau are parked in a lot. Fireworks are going off nearby. People are celebrating. A car pulls up, parks nearby, then leaves, then returns. A man gets out and approaches their window with a flashlight. Before either of them can speak, he opens fire. Darlene is hit multiple times. Mike is shot in the face and neck. The attacker walks back to his car, then turns around, comes back, and shoots them both again. Darlene Ferrin dies. Mike Mageau survives, barely. But here is where everything changes. About an hour after the attack, someone calls Vallejo police. A calm, even-toned male voice says, "I want to report a murder. If you go 1 mile east on Columbus Parkway, you will find the kids in a brown car. They were shot with a 9mm Luger. I also killed those kids last year." And just like that, the dots were connected. The same killer, the same gun. And now he was making contact. August 1st, 1969. 3 letters arrive simultaneously at the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald. Each letter contains 1/3 of a 408-symbol cryptogram. The killer says that when solved, the cipher will reveal his identity. He demands the letters be printed on the front page, or he will kill again. And for the first time, He gives himself a name. This is the Zodiac speaking. The newspapers publish. The public goes into a panic. Within days, a school teacher and his wife crack the cipher. The decoded message reads, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all." He goes on to say he has collected slaves for the afterlife. The cipher did not reveal his identity. The Zodiac had lied, and he was just getting started. September 27th, 1969, Lake Berryessa, Napa County. A couple, 22-year-old Brian Hartnell and 20-year-old Cecilia Shepard, are picnicking on the shore. A man approaches them wearing something extraordinary, a homemade hood, completely black, with a bib on the chest that had a white circle and a cross drawn on it, a symbol, the Zodiac symbol. He claims he is an escaped convict. He ties them up. He is calm, almost conversational. Then he stabs them, repeatedly. Cecilia is stabbed 10 times. Brian, 6. Cecilia Shepard dies 2 days later. Brian Hartnell survives. But before leaving, the Zodiac walks to Brian's car and writes on the door with a felt tip pen, Vallejo, July 4th, September 27th. By knife. He was keeping score, like a scoreboard, like a game. And that chilling detail tells you everything about who this person was. October 11th, 1969. San Francisco. Paul Stein, a 29-year-old cab driver, picks up a fare at Union Square. The passenger directs him to Presidio Heights, then shoots him in the head. 3 teenagers witness the shooting from a nearby window. They call police. A patrol car arrives. And here is one of the most haunting moments in this entire case. Police dispatch incorrectly describes the suspect as black. The responding officers see a white man walking calmly nearby and do not stop him. One officer later recalled speaking briefly to a man fitting the description, who told them the shooter had run in the other direction. The Zodiac may have spoken directly to police that night and walked away, free. Days later, a letter arrives at the Chronicle. Inside, a bloody piece of Paul Stein's shirt. Segment 8, threats escalate. 35 minutes to 40 minutes. Between 1969 and 1974, the Zodiac sends over 20 confirmed letters to newspapers and police. He threatens to shoot children getting off school buses. He claims his kill count is rising, at various points claiming 13, then 17, then 37 victims. Investigators have only been able to confirm 5 murders. He sends more ciphers. One, the famous 340-character cipher, goes unsolved for 51 years. It is finally cracked in December 2020 by a team of amateur codebreakers. The decoded message reads, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner." And then, around 1974, the letters stop. No more contact, no explanation. The Zodiac simply disappeared. Segment 9, the suspects, chaptered of 40 minutes to 52 minutes. Now let us talk about the suspects, because this is where things get truly fascinating. Suspect number 1, Arthur Leigh Allen, the most famous suspect, a convicted child molester who wore a Zodiac brand watch. He told a friend before the killings that he wanted to hunt humans and call himself Zodiac. He matched the physical description given by Mike Mageau, but handwriting did not match. DNA did not match. His fingerprints were not on the letters. He died in 1992, never charged. To this day, many investigators still believe Allen was the killer. Suspect number 2, Lawrence Kane. He had a direct connection to victim Donna Lass, who disappeared in 1970. Some researchers believe he is linked to multiple Zodiac cases. Kane died in 2010. The case against him remains circumstantial. Suspect number 3, Gary Francis Poste. In 2021, a cold case team named Poste, an Air Force veteran and house painter, as their top suspect. They claim anagram evidence in the Ciphers spells out his full name. He died in 2018. The FBI has not officially named him as a suspect. Suspect number 4, Richard Gaikowski, a journalist who worked near the San Francisco newspapers where the letters were sent. Some researchers believe a voice recording of Gaikowski matches the Zodiac's phone call to police. No conclusive evidence has ever linked him definitively to the crimes. 4 suspects, 50 years of investigation, and still no conviction. This is the question everyone asks, and there are several answers. First, jurisdictional problems. The attacks happened across multiple counties that did not share information efficiently. There was no unified task force. Second, the technology simply did not exist. No DNA databases, no digital surveillance, no cell phone tracking. Forensic science in 1969 was primitive compared to today. Third, the Zodiac was careful. He wore gloves. He chose isolated locations. He did not leave behind useful physical evidence. And fourth, he may have simply stopped. Some profilers believe he died. Others believe he was imprisoned for an unrelated crime. Others think he just chose to stop killing. The Zodiac case is still officially open. Both the San Francisco Police Department and the FBI maintain active files. 5 confirmed victims, possibly dozens more. Over 50 years of investigation, hundreds of suspects, millions of hours of research by professionals, amateurs, and obsessives around the world. And still, no answer. The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most haunting unsolved cases in American history. Not just because of the brutality, but because of the arrogance, the games, the feeling that this person genuinely enjoyed the fact that we could not catch him. Maybe he is still out there, laughing. Maybe he died decades ago, taking his secret with him. Maybe the answer is buried in one of those unsolved ciphers. We may never know. If you found this video interesting, hit subscribe. We cover the world's most chilling unsolved cases every single week. And drop a comment below. Who do you think the Zodiac was? Let us talk about it.